Another item was sent to be my mini Soparu. I've done reviews for several of their items here. They typically focus on accessories that you can use with Mac products. They have a big Mac focus, but also other devices as well. This one here is a adjustable hub and stand. So, you get those typical kind of laptop style stands here, but this one has a lot of cool stuff built in. So you get the advantage of that stand there, and then you get IO built in as well. And this one's really cool because it does support 4K 60, fantastic. 100-watt power delivery, which is awesome as well. You're going to get 10 gigabit per second transfer speeds over those there, which is, again, also fantastic. And a built-in M.2 slot. How cool is that? So it's got some good weight to it, which is good because it's a stand. You don't want it sliding around. I think there's maybe thermal pad because it's got an NVMe and a little bit of literature. And there it is, nice metal. So you get a nice metal perimeter all the way around the device there. The only place that's plastic is the bottom, which is fine. Your USB-C is actually built right into it, so you can hide it away. It's not a separate little cable. That's cool because that's going to make your life easier. You get your NVMe slot in the bottom here, which we'll look at in a second. Rubber feet there. On the front here, what do we have? This is the little thing that comes out and you set your device on. You can see there, and that'll rock up. Left side, nothing. Right side, 10 gigabyte per second USB-A, 10 gigabyte per second USB-C, both awesome. USB 2.0, which is not fast, but that's for like a mouse. I'm going to bring a mouse in at some point right now, actually, and you just plug that in there. TF or SD, so 2 SD cards, micro SD on the top there, and normal SD card there. I'll test those out. Looking pretty good, though, all things considered. And that slides up there, so you basically open that up there, and then you can just set your device on it if you're not going to be using it. So say you have a laptop or something like that. So, that's just basically goes up there, right? You get rubber there, so it's not going to cause any problems, right? That will go with the device there. Let's see my iPod on there. So that's pretty extreme, right? Like that's like right in front of you. That's probably the most common one, at least for me. It's nice and tight, so it gives you the resistance that you want. So it's not this floppy thing, but it's not overly tight. So, I'd probably set it right there in most cases. That rubber gives a nice little bit of grip there. You get the rubber here, so you're not going to scratch the crap out of your device. Rubber here, so you're not going to scratch the crap out of your device. So overall, it's not going to cause any problems. So let's open that up. And then we get an NVMe slot in there. Awesome stuff. And it does support different sizes, 2232, 2230, 2242. I can't remember the name of that one, 2280. So, all your standard sizes. You have an iPad Air, an iPad Pro with a keyboard, whatever. You take this to class, take this to your business meeting, take it to the coffee shop, whatever you're doing. Do your work there, do your essay stuff, come back home, and then, you want to get some serious work done, do some video editing. People are doing video editing on these devices these days, which is crazy because it's just a little, tablet, but they have that power nowadays. They can get M2, probably soon M3 chips in them. The nice thing about this is you can get yourself a smaller storage iPad or MacBook or whatever. So this is just a 64 gigabyte iPad. You don't actually, you really don't get a lot of storage on these devices. And if you want to get more storage, you pay a lot of money, to be honest. You pay a lot of money. So we'll plug this in here, and we should immediately get access to that storage device. I think that SSD in there is formatted for, exFAT. So you're going to want to make sure that you are formatted to the right format. So I have, on my iPad, I don't really have much. Well, I have nothing. I literally just bought this iPad a couple days ago. So an empty iPad, which only has 64 gigabytes of storage, so not a lot. I'm storing pictures on here. 64 gigabytes is nothing. But then we can come in here, and now we have a SSD here. Now there's nothing on it right now, but let's say I do. Let's say I take a picture. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a photo here. Mini Soparu dock there. Maybe take a little video. Isn't that just nice? Okay, very good. We took our little video there. Okay, so now we have some stuff on the device. Don't really have many photos here, but let's say, I had, maybe these were long video files that were super large. So we'll come in here and we will say, we want to get rid of these off the thing, so we can just move them. So you go like that, and then you can, share them, text them, all that kind of stuff, but we can go save to files, right? And then I can store them on my iCloud, which I don't want to do. I can store them in a random place on my iPhone, but let's put them in here. So I'll come in here and I'll just save them right on my storage device. Boom. So then now when I come in here, now I have these files on my storage device. So if I have big video files, if I have, you know, photos, other things, I can have them stored on this. This is not on my iPad, which is only a 64 gigabyte iPad. You know, videos will take up your iPad storage super fast. Get some video out going on. So we have our screen up here. We'll mirror it up here so you can actually see it. And look at that. Now I have my mouse plugged in. This is not a Bluetooth mouse. This has a dongle. It doesn't even have Bluetooth access. And now I can use this more like a desktop. Again, this is just an iPad mini. It doesn't have a big screen, but it has iPad OS on it, right? So with a device like this, you're able to really extend, you know, the capabilities of a device like this. That could basically just be kind of plugged in there 24/7. When I come home, I sit down, plug that in, and you can see there it's typing. Let's go on the big screen since we have access to it now. So now I have access to this here, so I can type things out. I could write, this is like a note thing, but you can get like, I can use Word on this. So this has turned my tiny little iPad mini device that I can type. If you're going to be trying to streamline your workflow and turn your iPad into a professional device, this is the type of thing you want, right? You don't want like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Holy crap, that's super cool. Anyways, back to the video here. So, I mean, yeah, you can really extend your device here and turn it into something cool. I have that NVMe in there right now. It can hang out. I just want to check the speeds. Okay, so the built-in NVMe is going to run at kind of SATA speed. So that's going to be like a SATA speed internal there. So you're going to get, you know, 500 megabytes a second, which is fine. You know, not blazing speeds that you're going to get. So you're not going to throw in some Gen 4 max speed type thing. Just get yourself like a budget SSD, pop it in there, and you're still going to get SSD speeds there. Yeah, so it's kind of in the middle. This cable's not very good, to be honest. So that's about as fast as this cable goes. I don't have a 10 gigabit cable that actually runs. It's kind of ghetto. I don't know where I got it. That's pretty good there. So the last one here is going to be the USB-C here. We'll test out the USB-C here. Pop that in there. USB-C. Pop that in there. Hey, look, it's Mini Soparu. It's almost like it was meant to be because I didn't plan it, but I actually use it all the time. So this laptop, for example, has USB 4, and so do my other ones. This thing can run at like 3,000 megabytes a second for reads. I think it actually ran at 3,500, so this thing's super cool. Check out my video on that, USB 4. This is not a USB 4 device, so this thing should run at like, I don't know, 500 or 600 or something like that. It's not fair, but this is an awesome little dock, so 639. So it's not giving you full blazing 10 gigabit per second, but I think that's like the connection is 10 gigabyte, but all these connectors are giving you over 500 or so. So this is giving you, 5 to 600 there. This is giving you 5 to 600 there. And then the built-in NVMe in the bottom is also giving you 5 to 600 there. So you can get a ton of storage there. But a lot of the times, you don't need that kind of blazing speed. You're probably going to work off of the device itself. And when you're done, you can dump, your video output files and all your saves, put them into, the bottom device there when you're done with them. So speeds look good overall.